Whispers from the palace, the enduring allure of royal secrets. Royalty evokes images of glittering crowns and opulent palaces, yet behind the facade, the world of kings and queens is shrouded in mystery. From hushed-up scandals to clandestine love affairs, the history of the British monarchy is a tapestry woven with intrigue. Behind the crown, unveiling the human side of monarchy. Monarchs beneath their crowns were human beings driven by the same desires, fears and ambitions as anyone else. By uncovering these hidden truths, we gain a deeper understanding of the individuals who wore the crown and the forces that shaped their reigns. The Tudor dynasty, a period of immense change and upheaval, reigns supreme in the popular imagination when we think of royal secrets. Henry VII built his throne on secrecy and cunning, fending off challenges from rivals. His son, Henry VIII, used secrecy to pursue his desires, both political and personal. Elizabeth I, the last Tudor monarch, mastered the art of royal secrecy, crafting her image to bolster her authority. Henry VIII, the larger-than-life king most famous for his 6 wives, was a man of insatiable appetites. Behind the facade, Henry harbored deep insecurities about his health and legitimacy. His desperation for a male heir led him to break with the Catholic Church, sparking a religious revolution. Recent research suggests Henry VIII may have been the illegitimate son of Edward IV, casting a new light on his motivations. The enigmatic Elizabeth I, the Virgin Queen's shrouded heart. Elizabeth I cultivated an aura of mystery, using her unmarried status to her advantage. Her relationship with Robert Dudley and her precarious health were closely guarded secrets. The greatest mystery was her refusal to name an heir, creating intrigue at court. The 9 Days Queen, Lady Jane Grey, a pawn in a deadly game. Jane's brief reign was a result of the secrets and machinations of those who sought to control the English throne. Despite pleas for clemency, Jane was deemed a threat and was ultimately beheaded at 16. The Stuart era, a dynasty rife with scandal and secrets. James I's reign was plagued by religious tensions, fueled by the Gunpowder Plot. Charles I's secret negotiations and disregard for Parliament led to the English Civil War. Charles II, the Merry Monarch, harboured numerous secrets, including illegitimate children and secret Catholic sympathies. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605 remains one of the most infamous events in English history. The plot, orchestrated by Catholic dissidents, aimed to blow up the Houses of Parliament and assassinate King James I. The plot was foiled at the last minute, leading to the arrest and execution of the conspirators. Charles V's belief in the divine right of kings and his secret negotiations led to the English Civil War. His secret treaty with the Irish Catholic Confederacy and correspondence with foreign powers revealed his desperation. These secret dealings ultimately alienated his supporters and contributed to his downfall. Charles II, the Merry Monarch, returned to England in 1660, bringing a renewed sense of optimism. Beneath the surface, Charles harboured numerous secrets, including his conversion to Catholicism. His love life was colourful, with numerous mistresses and illegitimate children. His secret treaty with Louis XIV of France prioritised personal gain over England's well-being, setting the stage for future conflicts. The Georgian era, spanning the reigns of 4 kings named George, marked a period of profound transformation for Britain. The Enlightenment, with its emphasis on reason and progress, swept through Europe, influencing everything from art and architecture to politics and philosophy. Britain emerged as a global power, its empire expanding across the globe. Yet, beneath the veneer of refinement and intellectualism, the Georgian court remained a hotbed of intrigue, fueled by power struggles, illicit affairs, and, of course, secrets. The Georgian era was also a time of excess, as the aristocracy indulged in lavish lifestyles, extravagant fashions, and a seemingly insatiable appetite for gambling, drinking, and romantic intrigue. Their secrets, whispered in hushed tones and hidden behind closed doors, offer a glimpse into the private lives and the political machinations that shaped one of Britain's most fascinating eras. The death of Queen Anne in 1714 without an heir plunged the British monarchy into a succession crisis. The Act of Settlement of 1701 had excluded Catholics from the throne, paving the way for the distant Protestant relatives of Anne, the Hanoverian dynasty, to claim the crown. George, Elector of Hanover, became King George I of Great Britain, marking the beginning of a new era. George I's succession was not without controversy. Whispers of Jacobite plots, seeking to restore the exiled Stuart dynasty to the throne, circulated throughout the kingdom. The Jacobites, who claimed that James II and his descendants were the rightful heirs to the throne, posed a significant threat to the newly established Hanoverian dynasty. George I, already facing challenges due to his limited English and unfamiliarity with British customs, found himself walking a tightrope to secure his position. Adding to the intrigue surrounding the new king were rumours of a dark secret he brought with him from Hanover. His wife, Sophia of Chell, was imprisoned for alleged adultery and remained so for the rest of her life. The truth behind Sophia's imprisonment remains shrouded in mystery, with some historians suggesting that she was the victim of political machinations, while others believe she was guilty as charged. The Hanoverian succession and the secrets surrounding George I and his family created a climate of uncertainty and suspicion in the early Georgian era. The new dynasty, eager to establish its legitimacy and secure its hold on power, relied on a combination of political maneuvering, military might, and a healthy dose of secrecy to consolidate its rule and quell any potential uprisings. George I, while devoted to securing his dynasty, was not known for his fidelity to his estranged wife, Sophia of Chell. In fact, he openly kept mistresses, much to the scandal of the British court. His two most notorious favourites, Melusine von der Schulenburg, Duchess of Kendal, and Erengard Melusina von der Schulenburg, Duchess of Munster, wielded significant influence over the king, fueling resentment and jealousy among courtiers. The Duchess of Kendal, known for her political acumen and ambition, became George I's most trusted confidant. She used her position to advance her own interests and those of her allies, earning her the nickname the Maypole for her tall, slender figure and the ribbons of patronage she dispensed. Her influence over the king was such that she was rumoured to have amassed a vast fortune through bribes and favours. The Duchess of Munster, while less politically astute than her rival, was renowned for her beauty and charm. She captivated the aging king with her vivacious personality and became a prominent figure at court. The rivalry between the two duchesses, played out in the drawing rooms and corridors of the royal palaces, provided endless fodder for gossip and speculation. George I's relationships with his mistresses, while not uncommon for monarchs of the time, had significant political ramifications. They created factions within the court, with ambitious courtiers vying for the favour of the king's favourites. These rivalries often spilled over into government affairs, influencing appointments, policies, and even international relations, making the affairs of the king's heart a matter of national importance. Section 4. The Madness of King George, a Royal Secret and its Impact. George III's reign was marked by his deteriorating mental health, casting a long shadow over the monarchy. Initially a popular ruler, he began to exhibit signs of mental instability. Episodes of erratic behavior and delusions incapacitated him. Historians debate whether he had porphyria or bipolar disorder. His illness had profound consequences for his family and the nation. The Regency crisis of 1788 brought his fitness to rule to the forefront. The Prince of Wales became Prince Regent, ruling in his father's stead. Section 1. The Victorian Era, an empire built on duty and discretion. The Victorian era, synonymous with Britain's imperial zenith, was a time of unprecedented change and social upheaval. The Industrial Revolution transformed the country, bringing with it both prosperity and poverty, progress and pollution. Amidst this whirlwind of change, the monarchy, led by the stoic figure of Queen Victoria, projected an image of stability, morality and unyielding duty. Victoria, who ascended to the throne at the tender age of 18, embodied the Victorian ideals of duty, family and respectability. Her reign, the longest in British history until Elizabeth II surpassed it, spanned over 6 decades, witnessing remarkable technological advancements, social reforms, and the expansion of the British Empire to encompass a quarter of the globe. However, beneath the veneer of Victorian propriety and decorum, the royal court remained a place where secrets were kept, whispers exchanged, and reputations fiercely guarded. The Victorians, obsessed with morality and respectability, were masters of concealment, sweeping scandals under the rug and presenting a carefully curated image of their world. Yet even the most carefully constructed facades have their cracks, and the Victorian era was no exception. Behind the pomp and ceremony, the royal family grappled with personal tragedies, scandalous affairs and political intrigues, all the while maintaining an outward appearance of unwavering decorum. It's in these hidden stories, whispered in hushed tones and concealed behind closed doors, that we gain a deeper understanding of the Victorian era and the monarchs who ruled it. See Section 2, Victoria's hidden grief and the mystery of John Brown. Queen Victoria, despite her image as a stern and imposing figure, was a woman of deep emotions, capable of great love and profound grief. The death of her beloved husband, Prince Albert, in 1861, plunged her into a period of intense mourning from which she never truly recovered. Victoria withdrew from public life, wearing black for the rest of her days and surrounding herself with mementos of her late husband. However, amidst her grief, a new figure emerged in Victoria's life, one that would spark controversy and speculation for years to come. John Brown, a Scottish gillie who became her devoted servant and confidant. Brown's rough-hewn charm and unwavering loyalty provided solace to the grieving queen, and their close relationship, bordering on the inappropriate in the eyes of some courtiers, became a source of gossip and scandal. Rumours of a secret marriage between the Queen and her Highland servant circulated, fueled by their frequent walks and rides together, and Victoria's obvious affection for Brown. While historians continue to debate the true nature of their relationship, Victoria's fondness for John Brown is undeniable. She defended him fiercely against criticisms from her family and advisors, and after his death in 1883, she erected a statue in his honour, a testament to the bond they shared. The mystery of Victoria and John Brown, shrouded in Victorian secrecy and fueled by speculation, remains one of the most intriguing aspects of her reign. Section 3. Edward VII, the Playboy King and his circle of confidence. Edward VII, who ascended the throne upon his mother's death in 1901, was a stark contrast to his austere and reserved parent. Known as Bertie to his family, Edward was a charismatic and pleasure-loving prince who chafed under the strictures of his mother's court. His reign, though relatively short, ushered in a new era of glamour and extravagance, earning him the moniker the Playboy King. Edward, a man of discerning tastes and a keen eye for beauty, was a patron of the arts and a trendsetter in fashion. His reign saw a resurgence of courtly life, with lavish balls, glittering social gatherings, and a renewed emphasis on elegance and sophistication. However, Edward's love of pleasure extended beyond the ballroom and the theatre. The king, much to the chagrin of his mother, had numerous affairs throughout his life, surrounding himself with a coterie of beautiful and influential women. His mistresses, often married women from aristocratic circles, became his confidants and companions, their salons and drawing rooms buzzing with gossip and intrigue. Among his most notable liaisons was his long-standing relationship with Alice Keppel, the great-grandmother of Camilla, Queen Consort. These affairs, while scandalous by Victorian standards, were largely tolerated by society, as long as discretion was maintained. Edward VII, despite his personal indiscretions, remained a popular and influential figure, his reign marking a brief but dazzling interlude between the Victorian era and the tumultuous 20th century. Section 4. The Shadow of Haemophilia. A royal secret with global consequences. Behind the opulence and grandeur of the Victorian court, a dark secret lurked within the royal bloodline. Haemophilia, a rare genetic disorder that prevents blood from clotting properly. Queen Victoria, unknowingly a carrier of the gene, passed this debilitating disease on to several of her descendants, with far-reaching consequences for royal families across Europe. One of Victoria's sons, Prince Leopold, Duke of Albany, suffered from haemophilia and died at the age of 30 from internal bleeding after a fall. Tragically, two of Victoria's daughters, Princess Alice and Princess Beatrice, also inherited the gene and unknowingly carried it into other royal families through marriage. Alice's daughter, Alexandra, married Tsar Nicholas II of Russia, and their son, Alexei, inherited the disease. The Tsarina's desperation to find a cure for her son's haemophilia led her to place her trust in the infamous Grigory Rasputin, a self-proclaimed holy man who claimed he could heal Alexei. Rasputin's influence over the Tsarina, fueled by her desperation and the secrecy surrounding Alexei's illness, contributed to the destabilization of the Russian monarchy and ultimately played a role in the Russian Revolution. The shadow of haemophilia, a hidden legacy passed down through generations, had a profound impact on the course of European history. It highlights the fragility of life, even for those born into privilege and power, and the far-reaching consequences of secrets, both personal and genetic. The story of haemophilia in the royal family serves as a reminder that even the most private of matters can have global implications, shaping the destinies of nations and influencing the course of history. Section 1. Echoes of the Past. How royal secrets shape our understanding of history. The corridors of time whisper with the secrets of England's monarchs, each hidden motive adding complexity to history. From the Tudors to the Victorians, these secrets reshape our understanding of the past. Hidden love affairs, desperation for an heir, and fear of illness shaped political decisions and dynasties. These secrets influenced wars and the destiny of a nation. By peeling back history's layers, we gain a nuanced perspective on the forces shaping our world. Section 2. Beyond the Crown. The enduring fascination with the human story of monarchy. The enduring fascination with royal secrets speaks to a deeper human need, the desire to connect with the lives of others, even those seemingly far removed from our own realities. We are drawn to the stories behind the crowns, the glimpses of vulnerability and passion, love and loss that remind us that even kings and queens are subject to the same human frailties as the rest of us. The image of Queen Victoria, cloaked in black and grieving for her beloved Albert, resonates with anyone who has experienced the pain of loss. The story of George III, battling a debilitating mental illness while carrying the weight of the nation on his shoulders, reminds us that even those in positions of power are not immune to the challenges of human frailty. These glimpses into the private lives of monarchs make history more relatable, more human. We see beyond the symbols of power and the trappings of royalty to the individuals who navigated the complexities of their time, often making difficult choices with far-reaching consequences. Their stories remind us that history is not simply a chronicle of the powerful, but a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the human spirit. As we conclude our exploration of the intriguing secrets of England's kings and queens, we are left with a deeper appreciation for the complexities of history and the enduring power of the human story. The whispers of the past continue to echo through the ages, reminding us that the personal and the political are inextricably intertwined, and that the choices made in the shadows can illuminate the grand narratives that shape our world.